Hello, my name is Johnny. Welcome to another Classic Toys awesome video. Today we're going to look at a 1968 Spiegel Christmas catalog filled with toys, all kinds of stuff, but basically going to look at the boys' toys from this time period. It's got some Major Matt Mason, the Zeroids, G.I. Joe, Hot Wheels, Thing Makers, a lot of different neat stuff. Let's look at the cover here. We'll get back to this page in a minute. There's the cover. Next to the big three regular stores, J.C. Penney's, Montgomery Ward's, and Sears, the Spiegel catalog, had just about everything you want, from clothes, things for your home, and then the toys and so forth, and bikes and all kinds of things. Let's look at the back. I believe they've got a Polly doll on there. It looks like a Barbie type. Very cool. This is from Chicago. I got the call out little pages here. I got this here to try to help hold it. You can see this one's a little bit smaller catalog. It's more of a digest, larger digest size than the bigger catalogs that were more like that. So this was 1968. So they had a lot of stuff still going on for G.I. Joe. Let's take a look what they're showing here. Very rare to see the Action Nurse. I had never heard of that until I started collecting vintage toys in the early 80s and getting involved with seeing books and newsletters and saying, what is that? So that they came out with wasn't a big hit because boys didn't want it and not that many girls bought G.I. Joes. That's the Action Nurse here. We've got some nice G.I. Joe sets. This was the year where they stopped kind of making too much new stuff, and they were going to transition into the Adventures of next year, and then the Adventure Team in 1970. So they had a lot of these combo sets here. So you got G.I. Joe ready for field or mountain. So putting some of the snow ski troop sets there. There's the Speaks. They've got the Marine, Soldier, and Sailor offered there as the talking G.I. Joes. Here's another set here. There's the Pilot. Look at all the stuff they throw in that one. They even give them the bazooka, for goodness sakes. Look at that. The Crash Crew. That was a bunch of stuff for $12.88. A lot of these just came in like a plain brown box with lettering on them that they made for the stores and catalogs. And then look at this one. The Crash Crew set, all thrown in here. The diver set, all in here. Shore Patrol, and so forth. There's the basic G.I. Joe Marine or Soldier, was $2.54. There's the Space Capsule, a great set. I have that and all three versions of it. The G.I. Joe Pilot, and then the Adventures of, and then the Adventure Team. Here's one of the Irwin vehicles. I really would have liked that. Love that little machine gun, plastic machine gun, amphibian duck. So it's a blow molded vehicle that you could shove a couple of Joes in there. And in the back, there's the foot locker. I had this as a kid, the brown Irwin motorcycle and sidecar, and that's where I got the machine gun, and I still have the machine gun somehow left over from all the other stuff that I don't have as a little kid. That's cool. Look at see the size of it there compared to here, so that shows you how big this amphibian duck is. And then the cool Desert Patrol set, only $8.88. That must, I think, come down from the last year. And then there's the, I'm calling it the submarine sled, the sled, sea sled. Great set there. Nice color. Call outs. I'll go this way and then that way and then flip through the book. So that was very cool for G.I. Joe. And we're going to get to the Matt Mason right here. You got on this side walkie-talkies and phones. A little bit of other astronaut sets. The Billy Blastoff. Here's some of the accessory sets for Matt Mason. There's the satellite set and the space shelter set. So they came out this year. I've done videos for all my Matt Mason, so you can see all of that. There's the spaceship case. that was very fragile. It was kind of blow molded on the top and the bottom, those little blue things like to break off, and then it was cardboard with vinyl on it there. There's the Astro Track was new. That, the big wheels, the foam usually breaks off and disintegrates over time. But there are people that make that, or if you are industrial, so you can get a piece of foam and place that on there. There's Matt Mason and Sergeant Storm on their cat tracks. Those came in either red or yellow. There's Captain Laser 577. He came with 3 different tips you could put on his gun there. The beacon, very cool. And then we've got the Firebolt space cannon, that was new. And they've got the Deluxe Matt Mason set where you get the 3 and 4, both of those together. Space sets, and they've also have, when I get to it, there's a other little page where they got a couple of G.I. Joe and Matt Mason things on sale. We'll see that in a bit. Very cool. I wish this would have been color so you could see the nice space station in color. Seems like a lot of times when I go for my Matt Masons, that's one of the ones where they go in the black and white pages, because they alternate. A lot of it's in color, but a few in black and white. This was cool. Here I have that bridge and that one. This is for after the regular Motorific. They did the highway sets, which were, they added these yellow pieces and they were a little bit wider. And you can get trucks on here and so forth. Motorific sets, they're real cool. I have videos of those. One of them where I kind of got it going and it's set up and they're moving. Very cool. There's one of the turning sets. You hit into that and those go boom, 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 boom because they're on springs. Very nice. Don't have that piece. Never got that big 4-corner job. Cool. Let's see what they got here. Oh yeah, I wanted to show some of the bikes. Look at this one, a blue one with a steering wheel. Very cool. And the big, tall sissy bar for support. Nice blue. So this was the time when the Schwinn bikes and the crate bikes were all the rage for kids. Very nice. And this one, I wanted to show these. They were still selling some guns. This one I'm not familiar with, but this one is the big Marauder. This is by Mattel. So it's got the sound on there and everything. $6.99. So that would be the one you want to get. Look at the size of that. That's a very expensive old toy. If you ever find that in a box, it's between like $500 and $800 or more to get it mint unused in the box. And loose things in good condition go for around $100, $200. Still got some of the Johnny Eagle sets. They were neat. Those are expensive. My Monkey Division by Remco was over by this time period, so it's not in here. Let's see, anything else on that way? I got nice Christmas stuff there. Always have to try to go through these fast because I only have so much time I can do on a video. This I wanted to show here, where Remco repackaged a couple of their different things and they slap a Star Trek name on it or a Lost in Space. So they got a lot of mileage out of toys that they had really already put out. That's kind of cool having that gun done again with the Star Trek. They got some robots. Look, they got the Lost in Space robot. That was done in several colors of plastic. This is, I think, the second year for that, $6.99, so that's sold. I would have really loved that as a kid by Remco. It's kind of cool. And then here's my Zeroids. I've done videos on there. That's the one I got, Zirak, the Blue Destroyer. And then there was also Zobar and Zintar. And then I didn't know it at the time, but there was also, I have some box sets where they made some accessories and large box sets to go with them. Very cool. And then these are in the big packages, and they were also later put on just cards without the large plastic parts that go with it. And there's the Transporter, the Destroyer, and the Explorer. Very cool, and they have the different hands. My favorite hand was the magnet you could put on there. Little flat oval with a flat bottom that you could pick things up with. Very cool. Let's see what we got here. Some of the race sets. There's pages of these. Let's see, that one's not bad for 20 bucks. That was a lot of money back then. And then for $30, you get this big one. We've got the Aurora. And then Eldon was another brand. Is it on the next page? I think they show one that actually has like 4 slots. 4 lanes. Like the slot cars were a big thing at this time. Very nice. I wanted to show, of course, there was always plenty of Viewmaster fun. I had the basic Viewmaster, and then I had a little bigger one later on. There was Batman. I have different ones. I have the Adventure Team. I have the Man from Uncle, Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Maybe someday I'll collect all of the ones I have left and show those. And then, of course, they're not showing in here, but at this time was always big on, you know, the lunch boxes you could get for old TV shows. This one's got some great things here. Side by side, the Rock'em Sock'em robots. Never had that. Always wanted that. That's 10 bucks there. They always had that on commercial constantly. There's the Green Ghost game. Very nice, very cool looking. A big box set. Had that in the past, and then they reissued it, I believe, around 2000 by a company. But this is the original Ideal, very collectible game. And then Electroshock Shooting Gallery, I called it, instead of arcade. Finally got one of those in the 70s. That was great fun. Used that so much that part of the things in there started to break off. All the little ball bearings that you'd fire up at it. Very fun. Noisy. My mom always hated that. I could only play it for a little while. It was very loud in the house. Here we've got the first year of, this is 68, the first year of Hot Wheels, fastest metal cars in the world. There they are still with the Mattel Inc. Toy Makers logo. It was like that before they went over to the regular Mattel. And there's the basic sets that they were selling there with the orange tracks. Start a Hot Wheels collection. A lot of people did, and they're still collecting to this day. There's the stunt action set. I always loved that car. I like the regular cars, that thing, but the ones that they made up that were specific for Hot Wheels, I really liked. Very cool looking. And then there was still, in the original years, they had these pop-up sets that would go with them. I don't remember those at the time. They were only out for the first year. Get some extra track and stuff. So this was only the beginning, and in a couple of years they'd add on all the Sizzlers and everything. So it was great fun. And they're still selling the Matchbox. I had Matchbox. Always liked things like the construction and so forth. Nice. This one I got out, the Strange Change machine. I've done a video on that, a very cool thing by Mattel. They heat it up, and that would heat up and make these little creatures out of plastic. They'd come in these rubbery plastic pieces, and they put in there and expand and turn into creatures or alien, and it had a specific smell. It was very interesting. It was more of the Thing Makers, all the sets. It's the Fright Factory. So they were going for years, the Thing Maker type things. They have a lot of things that are Johnny this and Johnny that, Johnny Toy Maker. There's the Etch-a-Sketch. Had one of those. I could make a rectangle with that. There's Light Bright, classic toy. Let's see what we got here. Oh, yeah. This is the specials that they've got. You could get a buck off. It was $4.99, $3.99 just to get the Space Crawler by itself. Need to get those batteries. That. I got some Captain Action here. Was already on sale. Very cool. I never had them, but it's kind of neat the way that worked. You get the figure, and then there was all kinds of things from Spider-Man or Superman or Batman that you could dress them up with, besides just being the Captain Action himself. And look at this. They've got the Deep Sea Diver on sale now for $3.99. Great set. The hammer. Later on, it became the 8 Ropes of Danger. They dropped the hammer and they added... you got the octopus and the treasure set. There's a vinyl little thing, a sentry post they made for G.I. Joe's size, but it wasn't by Hasbro. This, I just wanted to show this page here. One of the boys' clothes. So, pseudo hippie mod it was. You think you'd get beat up if you wore that to school. It really knocked me out with a little hat there. Yeah. So, this is the year before the Brady Bunch. When they were filming the pilot, they had clothes from this time period. Now, let me see if I can do a quick flip through before time runs out here. Very cool, like those blow mold light ups for Christmas. So they got the Christmas ornaments at the end here. Try to move this, pick this up, go like this, see if I can do a flip. The different things. Some of the things I recognize from Christmas, they're cheap little plastic things, but when you're a kid, they're new to you and you like them. So they become sentimental years later. All the wrapping. Of course, there's the trains, and there was one of the play sets. I didn't even get into the girls' toys. Plenty of Barbie and dolls and things for the kitchen. All kinds of food. More lots of race sets. And of course you got your chemistry sets, tons of games, little science sets, puzzles, watches. They have a Barbie watch there. Plenty of trucks, Tonka and stuff. And then more for kiddies, young boys and girls, things to play with. So it's tons of stuff there. And as you get in, you got instruments. And you could spend hours going through this. Tons of kitchen utensils, things. Get mom a new pot. You'll love that for Christmas. Pool things, loungers, chairs, TVs. You can see there's a great time capsule to see all the prices, all the things for, bedroom, clothes, in the bathroom, luggage, all over the house. And you can see year by year as you go how things started to change from the early to mid 60s to late 60s to 70s onward. All the colognes and everything. Very interesting. So that's a look through the Spiegel catalog, 1968. I'll leave a link to one of the other catalogs I've done. Got catalogs from the mid-60s to the mid-70s, time period I'm most interested in. I'll be posting another one hopefully before the end of the year after this one if I get to it. I've posted several already. Thanks for watching, everyone. More awesome videos, collectible toys, toys of the 1960s. More videos to come. Thank you.